Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastX Twitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game nearly every Saturday of the year. Tonight, I'm joined on mic by Thomas, also known as Perfect Zero.
Greetings.
And we are going to play SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, a game I've streamed a little on my own before, and I've talked it up several times. We've actually decided to stream it this Saturday and next Saturday, so that's why I say a different game nearly every Saturday of the year. Tonight we're giving out one Xbox code for SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, and we have a cool 3-pack PlayStation code to give out for something else, and some Steam codes. Next week we'll give out the other 3 remaining Xbox codes. That's how we're doing it. SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. That company, Shin Nihon something, has been around for 40 years now. They're most famous for the Neo Geo arcade system, but they also produced a lot of games before the Neo Geo came around in 1991. Yeah, exactly. I didn't send out a newsletter, and I really wanted to send out the newsletter to promote this particular game, so that's why we'll stream it twice. And we have enough codes that we can kind of do that. It makes sense. So real quick, we're going to look at the bonus features. SNK Complete Works. You know I like to mess around with menus before we start playing anything. So here I can like scroll down and see all the stuff that SNK released starting when they came out in 1978. And just going down, so many classic games, a lot of games you guys may not have heard of. You know, it took a while for them to pick up some steam in the US. Ikari Warriors, that was their first big hit. Although Alpha Mission did fine, Athena did fine. And you know, they even tell you when the computer and console versions of these games got released. So let's like read about Athena on console. Click on it, we can see the cover of the game. Pretty decent cover. And then I think back, advance. See the back of the game. Hey, VX Latino Heat, glad you made it. Link's here. Also very happy to see Link. The year you graduated from high school. Wow, right before I was born. So that's the title screen of the game. And oh look, here we go. We got some details. The home port of the popular arcade game, not as fondly remembered as the original, has a number of changes, including slightly redesigned levels. Nice. So the NES version of Athena, slightly easier than the arcade game. And yeah, that was a fun platformer. I played the NES game as a kid. Like, it's so hard. Without a guide, you could never ever beat it. But still pretty fun to mess around with. Yep, that was definitely an NES box. Let's see if this goes all the way to their Neo Geo releases or if it's only the pre-Neo Geo stuff. Crystallis, that's the showpiece game on this collection. Yeah, it just goes to 1990, right before the Neo Geo. So, Little League Baseball. Real quick. Look at that cover. Man, that's a game I want to play. Norman Rockwell-like painting of American kids playing baseball, and they look so happy. It's the follow-up to Baseball Stars. Neat. And there's a couple of Neo Geo Baseball Star games as well. So, those were the good old days. Additional bonus features. Let's see. You got advertising like flyers and stuff. Concept art. Arcade guidebooks. Okay, let's see. Arcade guidebook. Ikari Warriors. What do we get out of this? Advance. You can do it as a slideshow. You can zoom in on everything. They're very high resolution scans. And yeah, this is a book you could get in Japan that gave you little strategies and stuff to help you succeed at the arcade game. Nice. And then you have game soundtracks. It has a selection of, I think, 9 games. No, it's more than 3, 4, 5, 6. 13 games with soundtracks that you can listen to. Which one? Prehistoric Isle. Let's hear the title music. There you go. A nice extra feature. A lot of classic collections like this don't have sound tests, but hey, they threw in a sound test. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Link. All right, now we're going to hop into some games. So, Thomas, I don't know if you're aware, but this game first launched on the Nintendo Switch last year, and then it got ported to other systems one by one. So after the Switch, it came to the PlayStation 4 in January, and then it came to Xbox One in May and Steam in June, if I remember correctly. Something like that. So now it's on all the platforms, which is great. It's $40, very fair for the amount of content you get. And the Xbox One version has one little bonus that the other versions don't have, and that is the NES game of Baseball Stars. So I thought we would go through Baseball Stars a little before we worry about earning achievements. One thing I don't love, this game only has 14 achievements or trophies. So, like, some games have achievements, some games don't. And, you know, me as an achievement hunter, I want incentive to play all the different games. I think you should build your achievements in such a way that they cause players to fully experience the game, or they encourage them to. But, yeah, for this, they just kind of randomly picked 14 of the games out of, like, 25 or 30 games. And so you don't have to play all the games to get all the achievements. I mean, that's good if you don't want to have to, if you want to be in a hurry. But Baseball Stars, the bonus game for Xbox, does not have an achievement. Yeah, it's a little disappointing for me. I don't think, I think it's like they got in a hurry. Like it takes time and effort to implement achievements, and they got a certain number and they said, that's it. And the PlayStation version does not have a Platinum Trophy, which is also not cool for a $40 game. Well, Icky, as I explained earlier, I have streamed a little bit of this game on my own before. We did it as a pre-stream. Oh, nice. Yeah, Baseball Stars got pretty popular. It got a couple of arcade games and everything. So, league play versus make a team. This is probably one reason why it got to be so... It was a very popular baseball game for the NES, and probably one reason is that you can make your own team. I'm not going to mess with that feature, but it seems pretty cool. How do I go back? I'll just reset it. The B button wasn't making it go back.
Hey, Paul, since you're into these collections, I just picked up the Castlevania collection earlier, since it's on sale on Xbox right now.
Rad! I need to buy that too. But, like, I wouldn't have a chance to play it for a while, so I'm just going to wait for the next sale, I guess. But yeah, that collection looks really cool. Like, the one Game Boy game isn't that good, but they're mostly really good games. So
Yeah,
I guess
play. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was going to say I was going to start it this weekend, but I just got invites both for the Gears test and one from EA for a new Plants vs. Zombie game.
Yeah, I got invited to the EA one as well. Why didn't I get an invite for the Gears one, I wonder? Okay, I'm going to pick this team, the Ghosts.
Did you sign up for the Ultimate?
Did you have to go to... I'm in Game Pass Ultimate, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get into test, all you need to do is go to the game in the pre-order and pre-order it as a Game Pass member.
Ah.
You won't actually pay for it. You'll get it for free, but it'll automatically allow you to do the test while it's running this weekend.
I see. And have you got to mess with it yet?
No, actually, I unfortunately just got home a little bit ago.
Ah. Well, hopefully it is cool. And yeah, I'm excited about being part of the Plants vs. Zombies test as well. Do you want to watch the game? So if I click no, what happens?
I assume it would just give you a score.
I want to play the game. So you can simulate a league. That's what this is. But what about if I actually want to play? I think you have to pick versus to actually play. I don't know. Let's choose continue. And then what? Second game. Watch the game. All right, let's watch. Start game. Probably don't actually get to play it that way. Play ball. We don't have to stick with it for the whole game, but I just thought it'd be cool to let everybody see what Baseball Stars, how it started out. Because the NES game came before the arcade games. And it's pretty neat that there's female players. The ladies team, that actually was a female pitcher, apparently. They don't look that different when they're running around. They look the same. But the pitcher definitely looks like a lady. Wind up. Oh, he's out. So sad. And these graphics are not anything fancy for modern day, but back in the NES days, it was a good looking game. The art's not bad. Oh, Icky can't be bothered to get out of bed this weekend, guys, so he's not going to be able to test Gears of War 5.
It's actually the best way to test it. Just lay in bed with your controller. Let your Xbox keep you warm at night.
Well, for some people, that is the only thing that keeps them warm at night. So that's Baseball Stars.
Well, if you're dumb enough to do that, it will be the thing keeping you warm at night.
The game has aged pretty well, Darker Player says. I mean, I do think it looks fine. You know, obviously the field could use more colors, but the sprites are good. And so, I wonder why there's not an option to play as one of the teams in the league. Like that, to me, just being able to simulate the league, that's not enough. But you can play the game on your own. You do it by picking verses and just playing an individual game. So, not really a campaign. Icky says he hates dog tags, he hates skins, he hates everything. Icky, why so much hate? Quit, no save. So that was Baseball Stars. Little bonus game for Xbox players. If you buy the game on other platforms like Steam or PlayStation or Switch, you're not missing out on much because, you know, it's just a little baseball game. You could get other baseball games. But still, pretty neat, I think. We're going to play a quick round of Beast Busters, which has not very good controls in this version. Maybe it's not the best way to show it off, but I just want to... It's an interesting game, because it's a gun game. Like, there's a physical gun that you point around in the arcade. And with this, they've got a cursor that defaults to the center of the screen. Weird way to do the controls, I think. So how do I start? It's 3-player co-op, which is pretty cool. Most games back then were only 2-player. I'll be Johnny Justice. This town is doomed. Those who enter never return. I also bought this game on mobile a while back. I don't know if they still sell it on mobile, but I definitely had it on my tablet. And with that, the controls are fine, because you just tap everywhere, you know? Ah, okay, right trigger fires. I thought you had a dog all of a sudden, Thomas, but it's the game, isn't it?
Yep. No pets allowed in my house.
Yeah,
includes
I don't...
humankind.
Ooh. I don't much care for dogs myself, although like a sweet dog can be pretty cool, but they're a lot of trouble. They're noisy and they often smell bad.
And my issue is I'm just not home enough to take care of any animals.
That's a fair point. So you have limited ammo in this for some reason. Not a great design decision, in my opinion, but I mean, it added challenge to the arcade. So you have to pick up bullets here and there. Hey, Batosi! Glad to see you, dude. I hope you've been dancing, been doing the Batosi, as we like to say around here. Is there anybody I haven't said hi to? I feel terrible not saying hi to you guys. The graphics are pretty good, and I miss this style of game. There's an NES Punisher game that was like this. That was pretty fun and hard.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it had Spider-Man in it for some reason. You know, Spider-Man and Punisher, they're good friends. You are dead. Beastbusters. So I guess I should stick with... Maybe I'll stick with it for a little while because we also have to stream this next week, so we need to spend time on stuff. P. Okay, how do I pick... No. Whatever. Alright, we don't care about my initials. Yeah, certainly, it's a good-looking game. You're just fighting zombies, it looks like. Everybody's a zombie. There might be other kinds of monsters eventually. Playing this 3-player co-op would be a lot of fun. And actually, even though the controls are a little weird, they're not that bad. But I still think they should have given you the option to just move the cursor around wherever you want without having it automatically return to the center.
So they're probably trying to find a way to compensate for the fact that you don't have fine control with a controller.
There is that. And also in the arcade, I bet, like, there's a certain stiffness of the gun that they're trying to replicate. Ah, it's dogs everywhere. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
That is a very old movie reference.
Indeed. But hey, they're making a new one, so it's okay. Did you see the trailer for the Picard show that came out today?
Oh, I didn't see that, but I did watch the trailer for
Watchmen?
I'm forgetting the two idiots.
Beavis
Jane Silent Bob.
Oh, okay. How was that trailer?
It's Jane Silent Bob.
Only they're weird looking now, right? Like Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah, they're older.
He's tiny and he's got a big head, and Jay looks like, I don't know, like an elderly person with weird dentures.
Yeah, Jay definitely does not look right for the role anymore.
But hey, at
Kevin
least
Smith surprisingly just looks like him, but slightly older.
yeah, and he lost a lot of weight. He's very skinny now. Taito space gun cabinet. That'd be awesome. We're gonna continue. In the games that are arcade games like this, you just have unlimited credits in this home game. Like, they don't even have you put in the coins. The emulator is set up in such a way that it's just free play. This dude's throwing knives. He's a punk.
I didn't see the Witcher trailer, unfortunately. Well, actually, I wanted to see that one.
I know. I need to watch that too. Oh no, he's a werewolf? He turned into a dog, and now he's shooting fire at me. That's not nice. How rude. You can throw grenades with left
Altered
trigger.
Beast.
It is like that. Rise from your grave. Good luck. We're giving out a copy of Chasm, donated by Bob Jones. Very kindly of him. I wanted to keep the code for myself because I don't have Chasm yet, but really I would only play it on Xbox, so might as well give it to the fans. Man, this werewolf guy, he's hard to hit. I don't like this. Challenging boss fight. Yeah, Chasm is a Metroidvania style game. I actually got to interview the developers at PAX East a few years back. That was exciting. There we go. Finally, he exploded. It was a little bit... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mute when you make funky sounds.
Sorry, sneezed.
We'll live. What kind of place is this? We must go back. So if you think about it, this game is sort of a precursor to the House of the Dead. Not the same company, but certainly the same kind of game. Zombie... Are they owls, or what are they, like falcons, maybe?
I'm pretty sure someone was just tripping and decided to go crazy.
It certainly could be that. Yeah, that's true. Whoever wins the game this week certainly would not want to enter the contest next week. Zombie football players. The birds are carrying the football players. Some creative stuff here. Yeah, there you go. So there's no achievement for this.
This means
game.
you're not an Eagles fan.
Apparently I'm not. What's their most famous song? Do they have a famous song?
I would not have a clue.
Probably something about flying, I imagine.
Can't even imagine that, honestly.
Ah, okay, now that was a big monster owl. There's your boss fight. I'm out of grenades. There's another grenade. Birds everywhere. Of course, this SNK 40th Anniversary Collection supports save states. It also supports rewinding. So if you mess up, you can just rewind a little bit and try to correct your error. Handy feature. The owl has nice thighs, according to Lil Pup.
think he's just hungry. Get some wings.
Didn't we watch a movie earlier this week, Little Pup? What did we watch? UHF, Weird Al's UHF. That was fun. Have you seen that movie?
Like 20 million years ago. I don't even remember the last time I saw it.
It's Weird Al's only theatrical film in which he starred. He's done little cameos and what have you. But he plays a guy who inherits like a really tiny local TV station from his uncle, and he like nobody watches it, and all the people who make original content for it, they don't care. But he accidentally creates a popular show, and then he starts like really putting his heart into it and making other popular shows. And there's like an evil network affiliate, and they're trying to keep him down. There's some great TV and movie parodies. Very funny.
So
Rambo
what
parody.
you're saying is, instead of being a comedy, it was actually a historical drama.
You think so? Well, it's certainly of its time. The movie's from 1987, I think.
Yeah. Is it that old?
Yeah, it is pretty dang old. And you can get it on Blu-ray, you can get it on Vudu or whatever. I definitely recommend it for people who like Weird Al.
Yep. I do love. I have almost every single Weird Al album, though. Heck, I was just listening to all about the Pentiums earlier today while I was driving.
Oh, that's a great song. I haven't heard that in a while. But, you know, Lil Pup, Weird Al is her favorite artist. She's seen him play 4 times. Perform 4 times. Yeah. And people don't give that guy enough credit. He's a musical genius, you know, like he is able to sing and play in so many different styles, you know, and that takes a lot of work. And also he's very clever at writing funny lyrics, which is a great thing. But yeah, songs that are, you know, artists who specialize in like comedic music, they don't get a lot of respect for whatever reason. Mainstream people just don't seem to appreciate that. Not that people don't like Weird Al, it's popular.
If I remember correctly, the whole reason he stopped really doing it is because he started having too many issues with the copyright nonsense, where certain artists would just fight him on stuff.
Yeah, and legally he could, like, parody law. You know, copyright law allows you to produce parodies of things, but he likes to get permission from, you know, like he just likes to do it smoothly and sometimes have their cooperation. Oh, but yeah, that's true. When's the last time he released a new album, Lil Pup? No, I'm fighting a truck. Ah, zombies everywhere.
Pretty sure Running with Scissors was his last one.
He keeps going, according to... Well, I mean, obviously he's still playing. Yeah, I wonder if I have his most recent album or not. He put out Mandatory Fun. Okay, I have that one.
I thought that one was just re-release.
No, it's... I mean, there was a best of album. Way to go, Panda P! Winning Chasm for Steam. Man, I'm just like shooting the crap out of so many zombies. These zombies don't stand a chance. But they do hit me some. That knife just hit me. Because the controls are not so great. It's hard to hit these things in time.
Sure, that's what it is.
Trust me. Yeah, it was new stuff. I don't remember what was on it, but I've got it. And I've listened to it several times. It's just been a little while.
My favorite one of his songs, though, has to be Everything You Know Is Wrong. I love that track.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song. Up is down and all that. Yeah, I can hear it in my head. I just can't remember the lyrics very well.
I try to sing it, but I'm pretty sure that'd be considered a crime against humanity.
Uh-oh. I used to like Frank's 2000-inch TV. Also, the love songs are often very funny. Like Since You've Been Gone.
I don't think I've heard that one.
He's like, I feel like I put my hand in a blender and turned it on.
Oh, yeah.
And then it
I haven't
ends
heard that.
like, yeah, since you've been gone, I feel almost as bad as when you were still here. One more minute with you. Yeah, Lil Pup describes them as anti-love songs. So watching that was fun. I need to go to the theater. Last theatrical movie I saw was Spider-Man: Homecoming, I believe, or Far From Home, whatever.
I already know what movie you're going
Spider-Man's.
to go see next. Cats movie.
Oh man, I gotta see that. Yeah, has everybody seen the new Cats trailer? It's horrendous.
Yes.
But
Why did they
could it?
do CG? Really, why?
I don't. Well, I mean, have you ever seen the original, like a recording of the original play, the
Well,
musical?
no, but it's a play, so they can't exactly use CG. It just makes no sense.
Well, what I'm here to tell you is that the play of Cats is horrendous. Like it's screeching nonsense, crazy madness, and so like I guess the idea with the movie was to make it as bizarre as the play, only even more bizarre. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's the characters have goofy names, the songs are weird, and like everything about it is just utterly weird. And so the movie's like that too, but with horrible CG.
Well, I know all the furries out there are going to love it because that's the only thing that CG is good for.
Right? That's true. It'll go over well with the furry crowd. Little Pup likes cats. Yeah, I watched Cats with a mutual friend of ours, Little Pup. That's how I'm familiar with it. Yeah, like all the names are super goofy and stuff. Like just every little aspect of it, super goofy. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, that water looks really nice. Oh, Jonah's sad that there's no dogs in it.
That would have made it much
Interesting.
more interesting.
Yes, you can have. It could be like West Side Story. But I think there's isn't there like a two rival gangs of cats, or I don't know. One of them wants to be the most jellicle cat or something. It has horrible made up words like jellicle.
Yeah, I have not seen it, and nor do I have any intentions to.
Yeah, this is like the movie Piranha. This part got these evil fish jumping out and exploding. Old cat and the magical cat. Yeah, I just remember how bizarre it was. That's about all I retain from it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game is just stealing parts from different games because almost every single level looks like another game.
Well, certainly it seems to have a lot of obvious like horror influences and what have you.
I'm just saying, even from games back then, almost every level is almost clearly riffed off something else.
Well, this, I mean, it was, it was a popular
Yep.
style of game back then.
Oh yeah, those were the days of gaming.
Ah, look at this weird monster I'm fighting now. That's not just a zombie. This is more like House of the Dead, where you fight monsters for bosses. It's got a long neck, sort of like a monster brachiosaurus. Somebody tell him that those kind of dinosaurs are supposed to be plant eaters. They're supposed to be gentle. He doesn't respect that. Ah.
Looks like the side view from that thing from Super Contra.
Oh yeah, it does look similar. Yeah, Konami games used to have those. I don't know how you describe the way the neck was made, like multi-jointed necks, I guess, or something. Gunstar Heroes had some stuff like that too. A big pile of poo, according to Real Knee Slapper. I can't argue with that. Got some scaling here. Not the smoothest scaling, but that's fine. I hope nobody cares if I go all the way to the end of this game, because I gotta find out what happens. I'm very interested in the story.
Yes, I'm moved to tears right now.
Yeah,
The
Word
drama.
Crimes... Jonah, Word Crimes is pretty clever. You kind of have to watch the video to get the most out of it. Like, just listening to it, I don't think it's especially funny. That's true. These zombies have been working out. Hey, Weeboo Hair. In fact, they're kind of like Dr. Manhattan zombies. You know, Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen? And there's a new trailer for the Watchmen HBO show, which it turns out is a sequel to the original Watchmen story. I didn't get to watch the trailer, but I understand that Dr. Manhattan himself does show up in it. Yeah, Comic Con is going on right now in San Diego, so there's all kinds of interesting trailers and announcements being made this weekend. That's a lot of fun if you like, geeky movies and TV shows. So let's talk about the Picard trailer, even though you didn't get to see it. The trailer for the new Picard show. It is unfortunately produced by Kurtzman, one of the guys who's responsible for the 3 Abrams Star Trek movies not being as good as they should be. Although some of them are okay. No, he's responsible for Star Trek Into Dumbness being so dang dumb, because he's one of the guys who wrote that movie. And yes, it is his fault. Plus, Star Trek Discovery. He's also responsible for that, and a lot of fans don't like Star Trek Discovery.
Actually, I kind of like Star Trek Discovery.
Nice. I don't blame you. I haven't got to watch it myself, but it's kind of like a 50-50 split with people who like it and people who hate it. A lot of people are just resentful that it's locked away on CBS All Access in North America.
That's
In
basically
Europe,
it. Plus,
it's on
it
Netflix.
also breaks the Star Trek formula by just reinventing everything. But if you go in expecting that, because they flat out told you they were doing that, then you can take it for what it's worth.
Well, I can't get over how the Klingons look in the first season and lots of other really weird things. Like, they have all this technology that shouldn't exist in that time period, and yet it's supposed to be canonical. That kind of stuff just gives me... I don't like it.
The idea is it's an alternate verse.
You think so?
And that's the storyline for the entire series, is that it's basically the multiverse, and they're in an alternate verse. Heck, the first season focuses on them traveling between 2 verses.
Well, they go to the Mirrorverse, right? That's what you're talking about.
But no, the entire idea is that it's an alternate timeline for Star Trek.
So what do you think about how they use Mr. Spock in season 2?
I did not like what's his face as Spock. It just did not work for as a character.
Doesn't he do some things that Spock would never do?
Yeah, he's basically a whiny Japanese version of Spock. Basically, every show where the guy you're supposed to like, he's just some whiny brat that has no reason to be there. That's him.
Oh, great. So that's not great. But
Nah.
they did improve the look of the Klingons in season 2. Like, they're still weird looking, but they're more like you can believe they're the same species as real Klingons.
Yep.
So that's good.
But that all came down to a licensing issue because they couldn't get the rights. That's the entire reason they did it that way.
Oh, you think? Interesting.
No, that's exactly what it was. Again, it was just flat out set, and basically they couldn't reproduce everything, so they basically had to reinvent as much as they could.
Ooh. Well, maybe I'll have a chance to watch it someday. I don't think I want to pay $40 for the season, though. Nor do I wish to subscribe to CBS All Access at this point in time. Whoa, that was cool looking. I got a special kind of grenade. Does that neat lighting effect. Ah, they're
Sure, that's
forming
not
into...
them hitting you?
Yeah, well, no, it was because I picked up, there's different kinds of grenades you can pick up occasionally, and that's why it was, lightning. But also, these guys that I killed, they just formed into a big monster, which is pretty clever. You are dead. So, anyway, about Star Trek Picard, it looks like something that's going to go over better with general Star Trek fans, because it feels like it's part of the main Star Trek universe. You get to see Captain Picard looking very, very old. I wonder how many years they can make the show, because Patrick Stewart, awesome as he is, has got to be super old. And,
Isn't he in his 80s?
I really think he is. And, how believable are his action scenes going to be? Obviously they'll use stunt doubles and CG and stuff, but, he's so old. But that's okay. He's still a wonderful actor.
Even when he was playing Captain Picard on the original show, he wasn't really that actiony. Everybody else around him was. So probably they'll just use the same mechanic, is my guess.
That's true. It certainly could be like that, and that wouldn't be bad. But it's a dramatic thing. There's some kind of special lady that he has to protect, and some people think she's dangerous, like she's some kind of secret weapon or something. And 2 popular characters from Star Trek lore show up in the trailer. And everybody's talking about it, so I'm not going to consider it a spoiler. First of all, you get 7 of 9 shows up in it. 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager. That's pretty rad to see Picard meet her. I don't think he ever did meet her before.
No, well, I thought they were in different timelines.
No,
Like Voyager was a century or at least a decade or later.
Voyager starts at the same time as the Next Generation, and there's some crossover stuff in it. Oh, there's a hostage, and you're not supposed to kill her. Oh, I died.
Yeah, I
from
don't remember
shooting.
that at all.
This is a regular guy. Anyway, yeah, it starts at the regular time, and then they go off on their own for several years because they get shot off to the Delta Quadrant. But yeah, it is not like way separated from Next Generation. Oh, there's a monster inside of him. He's not just a regular guy, and this monster is freaky looking. Looks sort of like a Wang with arms and legs.
It's the those little worm things from MIB.
Oh, also like that, but more like a Wang if you ask me.
Hey Jay, you want some
Pleasure.
coffee?
Perfect, little pup. Oh, Icky. Icky has barely seen any Star Trek. But it's plot oriented, it's not all action, so that's...
Well, I can't be with with the main star being that old.
That is a weird thing about it. But besides 7 of 9, also, it looks like they reassembled Data or something, because Data is in it, looking older. Very puffy cheeks. The woman said, destroy the 5th one. Then she died. She was a CIA agent. What did her clue mean? Man, I am interested in this. This game is called Beastbusters. It's a part of SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. 3-player co-op. I know, how could I not save the lady? Is it because I shot her so much? I did shoot her a lot. But I think she would have died anyway. You are dead. So I think we're at the last level, guys, and then we can move on to a different game.
But you did save her. You saved her from life.
That's a way of looking at it. Saved her from suffering, because life is suffering. Yeah, there's 3 different kinds of grenades that I've observed. Regular, and then these round ones, and some missile-like ones. You are dead. Man, they sure kill me pretty quickly. I mean, it's the last level, so it's going to be hard. If I was playing 3-player, then I'd have friends to be blasting away at the zombies, and that would be handy. Oh, hey, there's a new kind of grenade. I want to see what that does. Whoa, firebomb. That was cool. Bad dog. Bad. That's true, little pup.
It's just jumping to greet you, Paul. I don't know why you keep having to shoot him.
Arf. That's true. Am I being too hard on these dogs? So anyway, I think Star Trek Picard looks cool. You might as well watch the trailer, guys.
But too bad it's yet another CBS All Access nonsense.
Yes. Big shame there. Like, you can wait a year or 2 and buy it on Blu-ray for a bunch, or you can subscribe to CBS All Access, or you can pirate it like a dirty pirate would do. I'm fighting a weird monster truck. It's like literally a truck that is monstrous. Kind of like that movie Monster Trucks, only scarier looking.
And not as terrible.
Maybe so. You're welcome, Jono. I'm glad you're excited for it. That's rad. Yeah, Jono gets to watch it on Netflix since he doesn't live in the U.S. Good for him. 3 games in 1 for the PlayStation 4 code. That's right. Did you tell him which games they are? It's 1 code, so even if you own one of the games already, you still have to redeem the code, and then you get the other games too.
Too bad Netflix detects VPNs, otherwise you know what I'd be doing.
That is a shame. Is there no workaround? There's got to be some kind of fancy workaround.
Unfortunately, I don't know of any workaround for a proxy server, unless if you have a server in that country, in which case you can just forward to that server.
We gotta
and
watch.
I'm not about to rent a server in a foreign country just to watch a few shows.
That does sound like trouble. Jono says he has a way. Yeah, I mean, I know some people watch U.S. Netflix somehow, even though they're not in the U.S. Why before 920, Lil Pup? What happens on 920? Oh yeah, she and I started. We watched part of an episode. We didn't have enough time to finish it. For People of Earth. That seems like a pretty good show. You heard of it? You like to say greetings, Earthlings, so.
I've heard of it, but I don't really know anything about it.
Oh, because that's when the Area 51 day happens, and the Naruto running guy is going to get all shot up if
So
he actually goes.
yeah, you actually think people are going to be dumb enough to try to break into Area 51?
Well, it would be really funny if they did. Funny and sad, but we'll just
Well,
have to see.
depends
So the
on if the military decides to play nice or not. We'll decide the sad part.
yeah, I mean they could do something to keep them like at quite a distance so they can't get anywhere near the actual base. That would be interesting.
Well, they will. They'll have soldiers there, but it's just what I want to see is them just open up for the hell of it. It's like we warned you. Now it's time to die.
Well, I can't say anything like that, but it'll be interesting. So God bless dumb people. Bless them. The monster
Don't do
truck
that.
has mutated, by the way.
You shouldn't bless dumb people. You're blessing everybody in DC.
Well, like harmless dumb people, let's say that. The ones who don't go out and vote
That's better.
against the self-interest of the public. That kind of dumb person. They're just geeky and dumb. That's fine. Yes, Section 6 cleared, baby. Do we get... I want to see the dramatic ending. One of the characters should be female, but they're not. Were the missing scared to death, then back to life? That's a strange question to ask. Whoa.
That's wrong, Darker.
So this is the last level. Section 7, last battle. Is it just a boss fight? It's a dude... This is really quite a lot like pre-House of the Dead. So if you're a House of the Dead fan like I am, then you'll probably get a kick out of it. But also, especially if you play 3-player co-op, that's going to be the best way to enjoy this game. Oh, it's the boss from the first boss, the werewolf guy. Am I going to have to fight every boss over again? Because if so, that's a lame thing to do. That's, you know, in the arcade where you have to keep putting in quarters to keep playing, that's just a way to extract more money from players. Because people who want to see the end are going to be like, okay, okay, fine. And then they'll keep dying on the dumb bosses. Oh, I hate this boss. Just let the aliens take care of them. Yes, but don't use an apostrophe to pluralize Dr. Sabota. That makes me cry. It's probably autocorrect on his phone.
No, he's actually speaking of Sigourney Weaver's Alien. Apparently it's real. That's what's hiding in Area 51.
Let the xenomorphs take care of them. I like that idea. Didn't I, Darker Player? Okay, well, I can't complain every single time somebody makes grammatical or punctuation errors. Hey, no time for games. It's good to see you, dude. Just streaming some SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, specifically the game Beastbusters. Classic arcade game. Also was available on mobile. I don't know if it still is. But if you're interested and you don't buy the whole collection, maybe you want to play this on your tablet. That would be really fun, if they still sell it.
So it looks like Little Pup was trying to go to the Area 51 thing. He's trying to get the hotel room.
That would be funny. Well, Little Pup's a girl. She's local to me. Two of these blue guys. Remember the blue guys? Dr. Manhattan and Nurse Manhattan, presumably. Ah! Yeah, well, that would be very interesting. Keep up with the memes. Danger! Oh, I'm gonna run out of bullets. That's not good. Once you run out of bullets, you're just screwed. It's so hard to hit those things when they fall down at the end. Okay, great. Now it's the ever-mutating big monster guy. Good luck, everybody. You can win Grim Fandango, which I actually streamed... Did I stream Grim Fandango a long time ago? I really think I did, like 3 years ago. On PlayStation.
I barely remember last week, so asking about 3 years is a little too long.
Yeah, it's been a real long time. I think it's that adventure game where you play as Death and it has like... Or you play as a guy named Manny. I don't know. It has this cool Day of the Dead inspired universe.
I own that game on every platform. I've never once played it. And I'm dating it all the way back to its original release.
Oh, wow. I did play it for that one stream and I liked it. It's been a long time, so I don't remember it too well. And the other games are Bard's Tale and Interspace, and I have an Xbox copy of Interspace I'm supposed to stream someday. Never gotten around to it. One of those 3D indie shooter type. I don't know if it's a shooter or what it is, but it looks okay. Ah! Man.
I really like the 360 version of Bard's Tale.
Nice.
It's basically one of those games that pokes fun of the genre.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that. It was pretty funny, right?
Yep.
I hope everyone's proud of me. I'm not drinking anything fun tonight. And in fact, I've been so busy shooting beasts and zombies that I haven't even been drinking my water that I have over here. Well, you know, I've had some depression issues lately, and I'm just trying to see if this will help keep happier, I guess. A lot of anxiety about
depression and
different
downers
things.
are not a good mix.
Indeed. Well, like, when I'm doing the drinking, then usually I'm pretty happy, but then later on I I have some dark times. I don't want to be down like that. And I need to lose some weight too, dang it. People who've been watching the stream this whole time may remember I wasn't like skinny, but I was skinnier when we started, you know, just over the years. Unfortunately, I have, again, been fighting depression all these years. And so, unfortunately, I've picked up a few pounds along the way. Well, that's okay, little pup. You have fun with it. That too. Hey, Alejandro's here. Good to see you, Alejandro. Well, no, my mustache got grayer. It's the Wang Monster. His name is Long Wang. He's Asian. There's fire everywhere. So what else cool has been happening lately? I feel like there's been other cool news. I just can't think of it. Lots of big announcements. I just haven't had time to read everything that's come out of the Comic-Con yet. Yeah, his legs are cool. He's doing a little dance, you know. He's just rocking back and forth on them. Oh, nice. Yeah, Lil Pup likes to draw monsters or slightly monstrous people. Proper Avengers gameplay. That'll be cool. You know, that Avengers game, it's hard to get excited about it when the character models are so bad. Have you seen how they look?
Yeah, but there was some leaked footage that makes the game look a little bit better.
Oh, I hope
Not
so.
the character models, but the game itself.
I mean, that's the problem. You know, it's not that I'm sure the gameplay will be fine, but when the people are also ugly looking, especially Black Widow, then it's just discouraging.
Well, it doesn't help that the game's on the heels of the Avengers Endgame, and they went for a realistic look where the characters look almost like the real people, but in a different direction.
Yeah, like similar to the movie people, but with ugly faces. Like, hey, that's just what everyone wanted. Oops, wrong thing.
Yeah. It would have been better if they went with like some kind of animated styling. That way, it wouldn't be a big deal that it didn't look like the actual actors.
That is true. Stylize it a little bit, right? And not just some random ugly art style. Make it cool.
I get it. They couldn't afford the real actors, so they did what they could, but still.
Yeah, there's ways around that. I mean, like, how is this game going to be the next Batman Arkham Asylum if it doesn't have a cool art style like Batman Arkham Asylum had?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Link got Mario Maker 2. Link, you play so many Xbox games because you're always earning mad achievements. Do you really have time to play on the Switch as well? Link and I are doing just fine in that Gamerscore contest for True Achievements that we're a part of.
I don't even remember the last time I turned on my Switch.
Aw. Well, I'm excited. You know, I've been talking about it lately the last few streams. I'm pre-ordering a Japanese Dragon Quest XI Switch. Can't wait for that. And it's been confirmed that it'll be the new model with, you know, better battery life. So that's handy.
You're not going to get a Switch Lite?
I also wouldn't mind having a Switch Lite, but I gotta have a regular Switch for streaming. You know, like I can get plenty of free games if I can stream it, but you can't stream the Lite.
Why not? They're technically the same horsepower.
Right, but no TV out. So
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
that would be why.
that would be
You
dumb.
have to set up a wonky rig to get it.
Yeah, and maybe somebody will do mods like that, but still, what's... But besides, I'm such a big Dragon Quest fan that I'm excited to be able to get a Dragon Quest system.
So are you playing the Dragon Quest Online or whatever the heck it's called?
Well, Dragon Quest Builders 2 just came out, but the problem is I never finished the first game, so I'm going back and playing the first game on my Vita. But also, I've been working
I thought
a
Builders
lot.
was like a multiplayer game.
Part 2 has online multiplayer, Part 1 does not.
Huh.
But, you know, both games, they're full-on RPGs, you know, so it's like Minecraft mixed with a JRPG. So
I didn't realize it was an RPG. I thought it was just a builder game. With just
that's what's
light RPG elements.
Yeah, you know, you got your survival elements in any kind of building game. But no, it's got like a real exciting story that ties in with... The first Builders ties in with the very first Dragon Quest. And Part 2 ties in with Dragon Quest 2. So that's real exciting for fans of the series.
That actually
Darn
makes
this
it
brain.
more interesting to me since it has single player. I don't really spend much time in multiplayer anymore.
Ah. Well, maybe I'll get a chance to stream it sometime. I did stream the original Builders a long time ago. It might have been before you came along. Oh yeah, and there is a free demo for Part 2, so just try the demo if you want to see how the game works. Yeah, your character levels up from fighting bad guys. Cool, persistent story. Lots of equipment. Lots of cool stuff. And Part 2 has a lot of quality of life improvements, I'm told. Man, there's another phase of this battle. It's just going on and on. And I did have to fight all the bosses along the way, and now I'm still the final boss, but who knows how many phases are left.
Don't worry, it'll end with your princesses in another castle.
So this has inadvertently turned into a Beastbusters stream, because the game is a little bit longer than I expected it to be. But hey, we're at the end of it. That was not the final phase. Throw those fire bombs. Yeah, I mean, they made a whole level out of this boss fight, because it's just like more and more parts of this giant monster. Yeah, anybody who actually does play their Switch and likes JRPG type games or action RPGs, highly recommend you check out Builders 2. Just get the demo if you don't want to just straight up buy it. Ah, this is arduous. Have you played anything lately, Thomas?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't had time. Almost every day I'm getting home around like 9 or 10 o'clock.
Wow. Yeah, he does have more than me, Darker Player. Link seems to have a lot more free time than me. But I have my daughter this whole week. She went home last night, but I was going to stream last night, but unfortunately she was acting up a bit, and her mom especially was making me upset. So I was in too bad a mood to stream yesterday, alas. Whoa, laser. They tried to call me into work too, and I wouldn't come in. God, stop shooting me with lasers. But I'm contributing to the team. Go on.
I tried to take some time off of work because my free hours are about to expire.
Uh-oh.
And I actually had to coordinate my schedule around 5 other teams that are not on my team, because if I'm out of position, any of their guys will have a problem. So now I have to wait till the week before my free hours expire, and then I'm taking 2 weeks off just to screw them.
Well, I mean, you got to be able to rest and have some time to yourself occasionally. A real knee slapper says that in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Switch, oh no, look, it ends with an alien ship coming down. So this wasn't just like people genetic experimentation, there were aliens involved, I guess.
Oh, the only reason I'm taking the time off is because they don't let me bank my hours anymore.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got to use them.
Yep.
I like these credits. They got little cartoon pictures of the staff members, and it had a lot of the people's real names, but not everyone's real names. Back in the 1980s, Japanese game developers were usually not allowed to list their full names in game credits, so they always had weird nicknames or just part of their name because the studios were paranoid about development talent getting headhunted, but which is really dumb, like not to be able to be credited. Yeah, has anyone else played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? Because if I had a Switch, certainly I would have gotten that game. Alright, so we've been playing Beastbusters. Let's quit out of there and try a different game. Quit, and yeah, I guess I'll save, so it saves my high score. Alright, and let me pick another game to play. Not Iron Tank. P.O.W. How about a beat 'em up? That's a fun game. P.O.W. Alright, we're going to play through that game. Back. Weeboo Hair says it does get bad at points, that they should have fixed up the camera. Maybe it'll get an update. You know, even though it's a Switch game, it could get updates. But obviously, games should be released in a refined state, but in this modern era, it doesn't always work out that way. Alright, now you can play P.O.W. either the arcade version or the NES version. The arcade version had 2-player co-op. The NES version was only 1 player, which is a shame. But we're just going to hop right in and play through the arcade game of this. On the PlayStation 4 version, I play through the whole thing in 2-player with West X. But today I'll just play it by myself. The Venom fight on stream? Oh, interesting. Icky was watching somebody play.
What are you talking about? Ultimate Alliance, or are you talking about Venom movie?
I'm pretty sure he means Ultimate Alliance, like a fight against Venom in that game. Because, yeah, Venom's a Marvel character.
Because if it was the Venom movie, I apologize. On behalf of good film critics everywhere.
Aw. Well, you know, even though it's not considered to be a wonderful movie, the fans seem to like it okay. I need to watch it sometime.
Yeah, it made no sense. The plot was just terrible.
Kind of hacked up.
Yeah.
That's Sony for you, just like those 2 Spider-Man movies they made before the Marvel Spider-Man movies. Like, those movies are super hacked up, like weird editing stuff.
Speaking of which, did you get to see Far From Home yet?
Yeah, I did see it, and I liked it quite well. I can't say, like, I absolutely loved it or anything, but it was a fun Spider-Man adventure. You know, like, it doesn't need to be the ultimate Spider-Man movie ever. It was just a fun adventure, and it gets the character really right. You know, like, him trying to balance his personal life and his heroism stuff, you know? I liked that quite a lot. And the after credit scenes, like, Tyler complained about one of them, but I thought they were both good. Which, obviously, we don't want to spoil them, but...
The only part I had a problem with was how gullible all the characters were in it. It's like, really? You just some random guy shows up and you just trust him? It's like you just got done phasing enemies that change shape and everything else.
That's true, but they did, you know, if you remember the after credit scene, it sort of explains why 2 of those characters might have been a little more gullible than they should have been. Do you remember?
I didn't get to stay for the after credits.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I went with my son, and he tends to leave as soon as the credits start to roll.
Oh, that's not the right way to watch a Marvel movie. Dang it, you're missing part of the movie. Grenade guys. Simius, I'm not spoiling the movie because I did not say what happened in the after credit scene. But anyway. And I was very vague. I didn't say who or anything like that. So one of the cool things about P.O.W. is that you can actually pick up rifles and shoot the bad guys sometime. Beat-em-ups frequently, especially back then, did not let you use guns. By the way, good to see you, Simius. Oh, like you didn't know there was going to be some deception in that movie?
Well, considering who the main villain was, it's kind of...
For real, yeah. Wait a minute, you're saying Mysterio tricks people? That's not my Mysterio. He's a hero, dang it. Oh. Well, yeah, that's not how I was going to say it, little pup. Yuck. So, a gas station near my home that I would walk to and buy drinks and stuff. They had this arcade game, and I would play it. I loved it. You guys in the crowd, does anybody have a favorite beat 'em up? You know, like Final Fight, Double Dragon, Streets of Rage?
Definitely Double Dragon.
Nice. That's always been one of my favorite series as well. This one's very
I have
solid.
not liked the modern remakes of Double Dragon though. They've all been terrible.
Oh, that's too bad. I really liked Double Dragon Neon. To me, it's a very special game, but it wasn't quite for everybody, and it didn't sell as well as they had hoped it would. Had a great soundtrack. One of the things I liked about it. So we got some Streets of Rage and Final Fight fans.
The thing I don't get is why they insist on reinventing the wheel when they don't need to. It's like it's fine if you have a good idea, but if all you're trying to do is recreate a game, just be faithful to the original.
Well, if I had to guess why Way Forward did Double Dragon Neon the way they did, I would say it's probably because like they felt like everybody's played Double Dragon, so they needed to like just do something that I don't know is clever. Kind of like what you said about Bard's Tale making fun of things. Like Neon pokes fun a little bit at the time period and the Double Dragon games.
Yeah, but that's kind of like missing the point though. Like Bard's Tale, the point is to make fun of the other stuff. Double Dragon is a game that is over the top, and it's serious in the fact that it's over the top. So it works that way.
You wanted them to play it straighter.
Yeah. Basically, lean into the source material.
Valid opinion. But Darker Player asks who's getting Streets of Rage 4, because yeah, that is a game that is under development from .emu, the guys who they published one of the Ys games recently, and let's see, what other games have they done? .emu did the Double Dragon trilogy for mobile and Steam, so there's a little Double Dragon connection for you. And that's a collection of the first 3 arcade games. Double Dragon 3, the arcade game, is so crappy. Really bad game. Warriors of Fate, I think they call it in the States. Oh yeah, Icky likes Warriors of Fate. Was that a Capcom game, Icky? I can't remember who made it. Like, I saw it and it looked cool, but I never played it myself.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a little more obscure. Is it actually a Dynasty Warriors game?
I was not a huge fan of the Dynasty Warriors series.
Ah. I like Warriors Orochi better, but I do like those games okay. All of them. And Icky says it was an actual Dynasty Warriors game, like Dynasty Warriors Arcade in Asia, and then they called it Warriors of Fate over here. Yep, I'm getting beat up a lot. This is easier 2-player, obviously. It's meant to be played 2-player, dang it. There's no online multiplayer in this collection. It's a shame. That would have been a really cool feature. But still, in every other way, it's a very robust, impressive collection. One of the best ones of this generation. Are there any special moves like an elbow or something? Jump kicking's pretty effective. Yeah, what is Darker Player asking? I don't get that. Oh yeah, Weebu likes River City Ransom. That's another great series, and that's another one that is getting a new entry soon. River City Ransom Girls from Way Forward, makers of Little Dragon Neon and Shantae and many other fine games.
Yeah, it's actually on the Wii U, on the Switch in the Nintendo. Whatever they call their online service.
River City Ransom is?
Yep.
Nice. That's very cool. There was a very good Game Boy Advance game. It lacked 2-player, which was a horrible development mistake on their part. I succeeded in escaping from P.O.W. camp. Oh, but it's not the end of the game. That was just phase 1. Really good music, too, this game. So, this is a game I always
playing
loved.
it, and then I'm...
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Sorry. I was going to say, I tried playing and then I realized that the Switch is not very good with their D-pad.
Yeah, there's some way to get an NES pad. You have to be in Club Nintendo or something? I forget how to do it, but you can get an NES
Yep.
controller for the Switch.
I didn't really want to spend the money for that since I'd only use it for those classic games.
Hey, I like that sound. What was it? New follower.
Following.
Thank you for the follow. Yes. I accidentally had let OBS fall off the screen. From Costa Rica. That's awesome. Lezamaker. Is that how you say your name? Lezamaker? There's no telling. Oh, a knife I could have picked up. I want a knife. Man, this music's catchy. I was just going to say that I've always really liked this game, and it's a shame it didn't inspire its own series. You know, that NES game only being one player may have actually held back the series from gaining more popularity. Because it's a good game, but just, you know, the best beat-em-ups obviously are two-player. You got a jump button, a punch button, and a kick button. Similar to the original Double Dragon in that respect, the arcade version of Double Dragon.
Speaking of fighting games, they should bring back The Simpsons.
Simpsons
arcade.
Yeah, dang it. Well,
Too bad the licensing on that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, they released it on the 360, but they never made it backwards compatible on Xbox One, and that's a real shame, because I do own it on 360. Got all the achievements, too.
The 360 version was just nowhere near as good as the actual arcade wood cabinet.
Well, I mean, it's emulation. It's the real game.
Well, no, it is, but it just does not feel
cool.
Anywhere near as good.
Well, you know, they've got that company, Arcade 1-Up, that's releasing a bunch of classic arcade games, and they have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-player arcade game coming. So I'm really hoping that they'll eventually do a Simpsons one. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Definitely.
Yeah, to be able to own that game 4-player at home would be really rad. And also another one they could do is X-Men, because, you know, that's a 6-player arcade game, but there was a 4-player cabinet as well, so they'd probably do a 4-player, not a 6-player. Because, you know, their machines are smaller than the real arcade machines. But they're still neat. And that Turtles one may be the first one that I buy. Because I gotta have it. I love Ninja Turtles so much, as viewers of the stream may be aware. Yeah, that would be cool, Darker Player. I mean, did the 360 game have online play? I can't remember. It might have. Turtles on the 360 had online play.
I don't remember any Turtles game having online play.
Yeah, the Turtles arcade game. I believe it had online multiplayer. I feel like I played through it with people online.
What I wanted is the original Turtles game, TNNT. The one that was like top down and all that.
You mean the NES game?
Yep.
Oh man, that game was so unbelievably hard. Like, it would have been a genuinely good game, but the difficulty was just out of control. But there are some good ROM hacks. Yeah, it's a shame. I actually did really beat it. I owned it, and I got to the end of it legitimately with no Game Genie or anything like that once. But boy, it was hard fought.
I think it was the only NES game I had that I never beat.
I don't blame you, because like there were so many factors. Like the last level had a certain randomization element that could make it basically impossible to beat. You know, like there was some real luck involved. And Shredder himself was a big pain too. So you had to do well enough in the level to be able to handle the boss fight at the end, and that was just tough. Oh, nice. Simius says Simpsons Arcade did have online multiplayer. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, it may have been laggy, I don't remember, but at least it had it. Yeah, I also want that Marvel Superheroes cabinet that Arcade 1-Up is doing, because that's got 3 classic Marvel fighting games, and yeah, I don't know, but they're $300 games, so that's an expensive thing to collect. But some places, their Walmarts put the games on clearance, and you can end up getting it for half off, and a few people have even gotten it for like 75% off, which would be incredible. So you just got to be able to hold out.
Speaking of turtles, did you hear about the new turtle? There's a new female turtle now.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how that actually works out in the comic. But I saw a picture of it. I read the little article that said it was coming. and we'll see how
Yeah.
it goes. It's like they put a person in a turtle body, or she got changed into one magically or something, not through random
Yeah,
mutation.
through the ooze.
Oh, it was through those. Okay.
Yeah. So the
I know
turtles tried to
that,
save her
Icky.
using the ooze.
Icky is not only about having the ROMs. Like, some of it is about, like, the physical experience. Like, I gotta have that Turtles machine. Remember, I buy the mini consoles too, happily, and I would rather have the mini consoles than just that thing that everybody makes. What is the little computer that everybody makes to play emulation?
The name consoles?
No, it's a certain little board, and they just came out with a Model 4 of it. Like, God, I normally know what it is. I just can't think of the word.
You're talking about Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, Raspberry Pi. That's it. Yeah, like I could just get a Raspberry Pi and never get any mini consoles, but I would rather have the mini consoles because they're beautiful and there's just that tactile element to it, and also supporting the release of those products because those are products I believe in. So, by actually buying them when they come out, then I'm supporting their release, and I like that.
Yeah, Digital Foundry was just doing a preview a couple weeks ago of some company that's making new hardware systems where they're modular. You get like a PlayStation module, NES module, so forth, and you can play the original games right on it. And some of the games you can just download right onto the hard drive, like the actual PS1 games.
Yeah, I think I've read about that. I can't remember what it's called, but I've definitely read about it.
Yeah, they actually
What?
reviewed it fairly well.
That's encouraging. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff for retro enthusiasts who will embrace new hardware. Because there are retro enthusiasts who they have to play everything on a CRT and all that nonsense, and that's not my way. Like I've always wanted better screens, so like I don't want a CRT in my home. Like I'm very happy to have flat screen. I don't need my
Honestly, I
scan lines.
wouldn't. I wouldn't mind if I actually had room for any of that stuff, but I have too much stuff as it is now.
That's one of the reasons why I like stopped caring for CRT. Is just they do take up a lot of space compared to flat screens. Like I love the thinness and the lightweight of flat screen monitors and TVs. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, no, I know some people love that stuff, and I'm not criticizing you. It's just not for me. Like I like to play the original game with the like very most pure picture, as in like like how this looks without filters and things like that. I just want the original pixel for pixel graphics on my fancy clear TV.
Actually, I'm a fan of the scan line in the games that do it well. It does make it feel more like you're playing the original game.
Yeah, I don't know why scanline filters have never done much for me. Like I don't hate them. I can enjoy a game that way, but it's
Well, it's
not
just
my
most games do
preferred
them
way.
poorly.
Yeah, there are different qualities of it. Ah, Icky uses scan lines on his fancy Pandora's box, and I still wouldn't mind having a Pandora's box because like they're only like from $100 to $200 depending on how many games and stuff, and they have arcade-like parts. I bet they're not quality joysticks and buttons, but you could replace them with better stuff if you needed it. That's great, Link. Yeah, the PlayStation Classic has been on sale for $20 this week, which is a great deal. And Amazon had those excellent Neo Geo Mini prices this week too. And the Neo Geo Mini is now hackable. Like you can add your own games to it. So I need to read more about that because I haven't done it yet. But I really like that you can do that. You beat Tank Soldier. Ah, Dr. Sabota said the display affects how well the scan lines will look as well. So, by the way, I just want everyone to know we are streaming this exact game, SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, next week, too. So even if you don't win a copy this week, you'll have another chance next week, because next week we'll be giving out 3 Xbox copies of it. We're just doing the 1 Xbox code tonight and 3 next week, because I wanted to be able to send a newsletter out about it, and I just didn't have the time this week. So please tune in next week, especially if you're serious about winning a copy. You'll have more chances. And we'll play different games, obviously. I'm not going to play P.O.W. or Beastbusters next week. It'll be other stuff. Because this collection has got like 32 total games, I believe. quite a lot of games. And one of them,
Hey, Darker,
Crystallis, is an action RPG, and I love it.
Darker, there are actually companies out there that are actually both repairing old CRTs, and I've heard of at least one company that actually makes them again,
Oh,
specifically
really?
for the retro crowd. Yeah,
Wow, that's got to be expensive for them.
but
And
that's
the
kind of the
customers.
whole point. But that's why a lot of those retro consoles are expensive as they are.
Yeah, the TurboGrafx has gotten its full game announcement. You know, the TurboGrafx Mini is going to be exclusive to Amazon in the US and even in Japan, like it's exclusive to Amazon Japan, although I'm sure other companies will buy it and resell it. And it's got like 50 games, although maybe something like 10 of them are they're counting both the American and Japanese versions, which is cheating. But still, it has a lot of hot games on it, including Castlevania Dracula X and Snatcher. So, to me, it's a
And the
very
rest
exciting
are
product.
bonk.
There's two Bonk games. It doesn't have all the Bonk games, which is actually a little disappointing, but it does have two of them.
I was going to
And it's
say,
got and Air Zonk, which is a cool shoot 'em up spin-off of Bonk that takes place in the future instead of the past. Yeah,
they could have made
just
their entire game library just out of bonk.
the Bonk series was a really cool series, and I bet a lot of our viewers like have never experienced it. So, I mean, a lot of you guys have never played a TurboGrafx, so you may not know firsthand how cool it is. But trust me, it had a lot of really unique, interesting games and some great home ports of classic arcade games and stuff. Like, if you are into retro games and you want, I mean, you should check it out. That's what I'm saying, because those games are truly special. There's Dungeon Explorer. It's a 5-player simultaneous gauntlet-style action RPG. But I mean, it has like it's like way more structured and not just 100 random floors like Gauntlet. It's more of a real action RPG, like more Zelda-like. It's got Newtopia 1 and 2, and those are two great Zelda-type games. A lot of great shoot 'em ups on there. It's a very good collection. Yeah, it's $100. It may go on sale several times. I'm sure it will. But to me, what they're offering is worth it, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
who
still
won?
wanted a
Phil,
TurboGrafx when I was a kid.
way to go, Philosophy! Do we have? I hope we have Philosophy's newsletter. I can't remember. You said you wanted a TurboGrafx when you were young.
Yeah, that was the only that and the
Wait a minute,
Neo
what just
Geo were the
happened?
only consoles I didn't own.
Is there actually? Oh, I didn't. That's funny. I forgot to continue, but thank goodness there's a rewind feature, so I rewound and I'm back in the game. How about that? Gotta love the rewind feature. I haven't shown that off tonight. And if you're trying not to die or something, then you could do just use rewinding to do a no death run. Although that's cheating, obviously, so what's the point? Yeah, everyone make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter. I promise I will send out a newsletter next week to hype next week's stream, which will play totally different games. In fact, I may just do Crystallis next week. Crystallis is actually the showpiece game. It's like a wonderful Ys and Zelda style action RPG. Like, it's more RPG-like than Zelda, but really, really great game. The best game on this collection, and it's almost worth buying the collection just for it if you like that style of game.
Actually, speaking of Ys, I just bought the Ys Origin on Xbox because it was on sale.
Oh yeah, that was a good sale. I really need to play that game too. I got it as well. Woot woot. I recently bought Soul Calibur, the deluxe version of it, on sale. So I can play as The Witcher and 2B from Nier and all those fancy characters.
The new Soul Calibur?
Yeah, Soul Calibur 6, is that the one? There we go.
Yep. Yeah, I honestly stopped playing fighting games.
I still like some, but I don't necessarily have a lot of time for them. I mean, like, I need to be playing the new Samurai Showdown, which I paid full price for, before I worry about Soul Calibur. Yeah, Icky doesn't like the one-player modes. Icky's very picky. That's why we call him Picky Icky. But it was a
As long
very
as
good
he's not
sale.
sticky.
Well, sometimes you won battle and defended. Enemies charge. If you say so. Ah! This has save state, so I'm going to show that off by saving real quick. Save game. You can only have one save state per game, but, you know, that's enough for most people. Icky says, No, I mean, nowadays, especially, fighting games have robust single-player components most often. So Soul Calibur definitely does. Samurai Showdown has a pretty decent one. And, some games have, like, really robust ones. Dead or Alive, Mortal Kombat. So, Icky should just learn to appreciate the single-player components of those games. I mean, like, back in the day, people would say, just playing arcade mode, that's not enough. And so now they have all these great one-player modes,
Yeah, well, I don't remember which Soul Calibur it was. I think it was 4 that had the whole adventure mode. I wasted
Heck,
so many hours on 360 playing that.
Nice, yeah.
Like I had to get everything.
The Soul Calibur games have always had really good adventure modes, you're right. I can't remember exactly what they call it, that particular mode, but basically adventure mode. Icky would just practice using emulation, then go out to the arcade and kick actual butt. This part right here should really have parallax scrolling, and it doesn't, so that's a shame, because it would look better if the towers in the background were on a different plane than the foreground. Bullets. Ran out of bullets in the gun. Then it disappears after I get knocked down. The beat 'em up genre is actually one of my two favorite genres. Beat 'em ups and Metroidvania games, my two favorite genres. So, I know to some people this style of game that I'm playing right now is a little repetitive, but especially if you're playing with a friend. I mean, this was the original co-op genre. Double Dragon was one of the most popular and famous co-op arcade games of its time. And these games, I love co-op, as you know. I write for Co-Optimus, right? So, some real fine co-op in these games.
Yeah, I wasted many a quarter to that.
Right on. Man, my guy just jumped down really far. So, you're basically like a Vietnam... I mean, I don't know if this is actually Vietnam era, but you are a POW in a jungle-type country like Vietnam. That's the whole story of the game. I always thought the two guys that you play as should be called the guys from Ikari Warriors, but I don't think they're actually explicitly called that. So I don't know if they're supposed to be or not. But the Ikari Warriors series is this series of, like, basically top-down twin-stick shooters. Used to be a real big series for SNK. There's 3 of them. And the Ikari Warriors characters went on to appear in the King of Fighters series. When you throw the knife, it flies through the air really slowly. It's funny how slowly it flies through. Man, these tunes are jamming. And by the way, if you don't like the borders, you can turn them off, or you can have the display stretch to fill the whole screen. And I think there's also a scanlines option, of course.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm in the mood to play Karateka. Anybody got a Atari 2600 somewhere?
Yeah, that was also on Commodore 64 and like old computers, I think.
I just remember wasting a lot of hours on that game when I was a kid.
Apple II, Simia says. Neat. I never actually played it, but I always thought it looked cool.
To this day, that theme song is still in my head.
Was it pretty catchy?
No, just very repetitive. And like I said, I wasted so many hours.
Ow.
It was one of those games where you practically had to memorize every move. And if you couldn't get the timing perfect, you were just stuck doing the same fights over and over and over again.
High degree of challenge, huh? Link played it too. That's cool, Link. Ah. So when I'm supposed to be working on a review right now. I'm reviewing another Ratalaika game. Ratalaika is that publisher that publishes indie games and gives them very easy achievements, usually. So I'm playing one. It's called Neon Junction. And it's basically like a Portal-style first-person puzzle game with like just a generic 80s neon-type theme. Visual theme, And like the puzzles are good. And it's not overly hard. Like, it's fair. It's basically kind of like the original Portal, even though the mechanics are different. but the frame rate is not as good as it should be, and there's no story. You know, like, one of the things that makes Portal so engaging is that it has a great little story and a sense of humor to it. And this game, Neon Junction, doesn't have that, but I think it's only like a $5 game, and again, easy achievements, so I can't complain too much. Hey, I like that sound! Thank you for the follow! We got a new follower.
He's aging himself. He's talking about playing on the 8086.
Oh, wow. Very old-fashioned IBM computer, is that what that is? Before 286?
Yep.
So
That's
guys,
the land that technology forgot.
Guys, we're going to finish playing P.O.W. and then we're going to end the stream. So I think we probably got about 5 or 10 minutes left of the stream if you want to stick around while I finish it off. This game does have an achievement for completing it, so I'm going after that. Great, little pup. Yeah, a lot of people still here. I just want everybody to remember, again, that we're streaming SNK 40th Anniversary Collection again next Saturday at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Streaming it again and giving out 3 more Xbox codes for it. That's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll probably just play Crystallis so everybody can see how cool Crystallis is. And I did pre-stream Crystallis once, so I know some of you have already seen it, but that's okay. Crystallis, you can't have too much of that game. And Thomas, you'll have to let me know what you think of Ys Origin when you get around to playing it. Oh, look, now we're fighting an actual, like an officer guy, a distinct officer with a gun. It's playing some dramatic boss music. Yeah?
Unfortunately, my playing is going to be very much tied into my memory, so I'm hoping I don't dislike it just because it's not like the old games.
Hey, thank you for the follow. Another follow. I really appreciate it. We do Saturday Game School every Saturday at the same time, and we always give out free games for our awesome viewers. So please stick around. Recently, Weeboo Hair started watching us and coming back. Much appreciated. And I think we have a couple other new people like that, too.
I like that. One of his guys took him out.
And we're not just a retro-themed stream. Like, I do highly enjoy retro games, so I stream them and give them away when I can. But we're a variety stream, so we're just always streaming different stuff. And even though we're streaming SNK 40th Anniversary Collection again next week, it'll be different games in the collection. So you always get to see different stuff with us. Earlier this week, I streamed something else. What did I stream? Team Sonic Racing. Yeah, I did 2 Team Sonic Racing streams.
Oh, yeah, I watched the YouTube clip.
Nice. It's a really good game. I like it a lot. It's still like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, which was the last Sega racing game. It is a little overly hard here and there, but like just finishing the whole story mode, you should be able to do that whether or not you're a racing god. But like to get 3 stars on all the levels, you have to really master the game, and I don't think I'll ever be that good. Nice, Lil Pup liked it. I'm glad for that. The graphics are great, and kart racing games are usually pretty fun. FF7, respond. This is Snake. Go ahead, Snake. Oh, so my guy's name is Snake. We've escaped.
Solid Snake?
Confirm pickup. You would think, right? Point 42 AW. Roger, Snake. Over and out.
So I think we found the origins of Metal Gear.
It looks like it. I mean, it almost could be Metal Gear if it was like just all fighting and a little tiny bit of shooting. So we're getting there. We got to get to the end, dang it. And by the way, for our regular viewers, I hope you guys know, like, whenever you have to leave, I love when you tell me that you're going so I can say bye to you. I don't like talking to somebody and they're not around anymore. It freaks me out. It's like talking to a ghost.
Actually, yeah, Little Pup, that would be an awesome idea if someone were to license like games like Sonic Racing and do that for an actual park. So you actually get to race around in the little go-karts.
Yeah, what if they recreated one of the actual tracks from the game, like, accurately? That would be pretty exciting. Or even, like, a smaller scale version.
Minus the high-risk jumps and stuff like that.
Yes. Because Team Sonic Racing has these incredible 360-degree loops, you know, like, those are really fun. I don't know if Mario Kart has that kind of stuff in its level design.
I don't remember any crazy tracks in Mario Kart, at least not that kind of crazy. But but I'm just saying, just like do a real life kart, but just have the cars and everything themed. That would actually be an awesome thing to do.
After Sonic or Mario, that would be very cool.
Yeah. That you even use the sound effects and everything else.
Oh yeah. People would pay money for that. You'd think they would have that at like a real theme park at least.
Yeah, you'd think that Disney World or somewhere like that.
Yeah. Kart racing and Leave It to Beaver. Well, yeah, no, go-karts obviously are a real thing. We're just saying make it be themed after the video game. A popular kart video game. So I think I just have to beat all these bad guys and then I get to jump in the helicopter and escape. Because we are right at the end of the game. Good thing about classic arcade games, usually they were only like 30 to 45 minutes long. Very unusual for one to be longer than that. So yeah, they're trying to take your money, but they're not just going to take it forever. They're like, at a certain point, you do get to finish the game. A little bit different from free-to-play games. You know, free-to-play games work on some of the same principles as real arcade games, where they want you to keep paying money. But they want you to, like, keep paying money forever. And they also want to charge you, like, a whole lot extra for more content, not just 25 cents or $1 for each little thing. Ah.
Actually, Little Pup just actually brought up an interesting point. Have you noticed there aren't even any RC car tracks that are themed like that?
Yeah, why the heck not? That wouldn't be so hard to do.
Yeah, and that's ripe for licensing. Hey, Paul, ready to go into a new business making RC tracks?
Why the heck not? You put up the money and the ideas, and I'll do everything else. Wink. Achievement unlocked. Yeah. No escaping the fun. Beat the arcade version of P.O.W. I love this game, and that was a lot of fun to play through. But remember, playing with a friend would be even better. Local two-player co-op. Surprise boxes. That's interesting, little pup. Alright, so let's get back to the main screen. That was P.O.W. Prisoners of War. Save game. Yes, it also asks you when you quit if you want to save. I just realized. Quit. Are you sure you want to save? Quit. No save. Because I already saved. We've been playing SNK 40th Anniversary Collection for Xbox One. It's also available on PlayStation 4, Switch, and Steam. Retails for $40. Got a great collection of classic pre-Neo Geo games from Japanese developer and publisher SNK. If you like classic games, you're bound to enjoy it, and we'll be streaming it again next Saturday and giving away more codes to our live viewers. So please tune in again next week, everybody. Thomas, thank you for co-hosting.
Always a pleasure.
Yes. Icky, thank you for running the contest. You did excellent as always. So thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to tune in next week, and whatever you do, don't hate, appreciate. Bye, Weeboo Hair. Bye, Jono. Bye, Real Knee Slapper. Gotta love our new viewers. Philosophy, glad you won the code. Appreciate it. Too bad Tyler wasn't here tonight. What an SOB. Okay, now you can talk. What were you saying?
Okay. No, Little Pop was saying that her kid came home with a TNT box. I was just like, I'm hoping that's not real TNT. Otherwise, there's someone's got a lot of explaining to do.
Bye, Lady Walboo. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Good to meet you. Hopefully